Hello everyone, it's Tyler Harry here again, and today we're going to talk about overcoming fear and assumption in our co-teaching relationships. So what is it that draws us to believe the worst in people? Why do so many of us automatically assume that there must be a nefarious reason that something bad or disagreeable is happening? What is it that we seek to accomplish, either consciously or subconsciously, by our negative assumptions? In short, it can all be attributed to what is described as the lizard brain or the limbic cortex. Among other vital functions, this is the part of the brain that directly affects fear, anger, negativity, and impulsion. It is where we get our fight or flight response from. It is the part of the brain that tells you that failure is imminent, that it is safer not to try because the consequences of failure are worse than exposing our tender parts to those that are looking and judging. It is the ghost sitting on our chest while we dream. It is the boogeyman in the dark. It tells you that the question you're about to ask your co-teacher is going to make them upset. That even if you so much as whisper the hint of a problem to your co-teacher, that it's going to cause a problem between you and them. It is going to, 1, ruin the relationship. 2, they will begin to hate you if they did not already, or if they do hate you, they will hate you even more. That your school will hate you, and you will begin to be a burden to them. That they will tell the Office of Education, and you will lose your job without them ever hearing your side of the story. That you won't be able to find work later on, and you'll spend the rest of existence living in your parents' basement or on a friend's couch, etc., etc., etc. It is the oldest and most central part of the brain. As such, it tries to be the most opposing force when it is confronted with anything it perceives as a threat. So how do we overcome it? First, you need to recognize what is good about it and what it does to help you. You need to become aware of its presence inside of your thoughts as it is taking place so that you can begin to overcome it. Right now, as you're watching this video, it's telling you that everything that I'm saying is false. In fact, you're looking for excuses to not believe me because of this part of your brain. As we humans have the ability to rise above this natural desire to stew in silence, to just sit there and take it, we have the ability to question and reason and create deeper meaning in a socio-cultural environment. It is because of this ability, I know that you can overcome any negative thoughts that may be plaguing you at this very moment. Anything that could be stepping between you and potentially better conversation between you and your co-teacher, a better understanding of where they are and where you want to be. To be rather blunt, you need to learn how to overcome your own biases about other people and ask open, non-leading, non-accusatory, honest questions. So we are vulnerable as foreign teachers living specifically in South Korea. Our co-teachers are intercessory between ourselves and the school. So if we need the co-teacher to find out information from the administration office or the vice principal or the principal, basically we depend on them for a lot of our day-to-day stuff. If there's a problem with our apartments, this and that, and so we're already in a position where we can feel disadvantaged. So I'm going to go through a series of situations. First, I'm going to present them in a bad way, and then present them in a more positive way. And hopefully you can glean some information from these situations that can help you. First, talk to your co-teachers, because it's very important that you ask them questions first and that you do so in a non-accusatory fashion. So just so you know, I'll be playing the part of both, and I'm not going to do any accents because I don't think that's appropriate. So, without any further ado, here we go. Hi, Mr. Park, where's my money? Excuse me, I don't know what you're talking about. It's the 27th, I didn't get paid. I'm supposed to get paid on the 25th or before the 25th if it falls on a holiday or the weekend. I didn't get paid yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Tyler. I don't know anything about that. Wait a minute. Tyler, I just called the Hengjung-nim, and he said that he put the money in your account on Friday. Must be wrong, because I tried to use my card this morning on the way to school and I couldn't buy a cola. So I need money right now. In this dramatization, we see how the assumptions that the foreign teacher makes are both accusatory and inflammatory. The Korean teacher was being very gracious, but that's not always the case. What can happen is you can end up fighting with your Korean teacher, and so some people think that they imagine this concept in their mind, and they think this is how it's gonna work out. And so instead of approaching their Korean teacher in a different manner, they would just rather either say nothing or contact me, which is fine. But your co-teacher is there for a reason, and so let's go through more how the type of conversation should go. Good morning, Mr. Park. It's nice to see you today. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, Tyler. I'm just very busy and tired. How are you? Actually, a little confused. I was on my way to work this morning and I tried to buy a cola, and my bank card was declined, and the teller, I think, said that I didn't have any money. Is there any way you can ask the Hengjung-nim to if they paid me or not? Because I think I should have been paid already. Oh sure, Tyler, just give me a minute. Oh, the Hengjung-nim said they paid you on Friday, so I'm not sure what the problem is. Maybe we can go to the bank later and figure it out together. So, in the second scenario, obviously this is the ideal scenario. It's not always going to end up with rainbows shooting out or us riding together into sunset on a unicorn. But the first thing you need to do especially when you're dealing with money, is you have to, or anytime, is first you have to give them context of the situation. So if you're upset, please let them know right away. And also greet them first, right? So you don't want to just dump your problems on them as soon as you have the problem, right? So as it's developing, or so you get context, number one. Number two, find out information. So you ask non-accusatory questions like, hey, I was supposed to get paid and I tried to use my card, but I could not use my card. So you just state the facts instead of automatically assuming you didn't get any money. And then finally, if they don't offer you help, you can ask for their help if they're not busy later on, because that's their job, right? That's part of their title. So don't be scared. And especially with money and contract issues, they're gonna have a lot quicker answers and more pithy answers than I will. Hey, Mr. Park, you didn't come to class again. You know that's illegal, right? What? Yeah, I just taught a 45-minute class again without you there. I need you in the class, all right? Come. Oh, Tyler, I'm I'm so sorry. I'm very busy and I didn't know that I had a class. I'm sorry. Yeah, well, the kids, they had a problem with the kids again and there was a fight. And I don't know what to do. And I'm not trained for this type of situation. So I need you to come, all right? Oh, okay. I'll come. We Okay, so in this conversation, again, I need to emphasize that this is I don't believe this is the way the foreign teachers are speaking to their co-teachers. I'm using these over dramatized conversations as a way to show the way that the reptile brain can work in making us believe that even if we have the best intentions, this is the way that it will be perceived by our Korean co-teachers. And so I'm going to offer a different take on the type of questions or the type of statements you can make that can find out exactly why the Korean teacher didn't show up in the first place. And so and then at the same time you can kind of state the emphasis of why it's necessary for them to be there. Oh, Mr. Park, how are you? Are you sick today? Sick? No, I'm not sick at all. Why? Well, you didn't come to class again. So I was concerned about you. Oh no, Tyler, I'm sorry. I had a problem with two of my homeroom students, and they were fighting, and the mothers came, and I had to counsel with them. I'm so sorry I didn't tell you. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Actually, I had a problem with two of the students in my room too, and I wasn't sure what to do about it. They actually punched each other, and uh, one of them threw each other on a desk, and they have to go to the hospital now. So I don't know what to do. Because I've never been trained for anything like that before. All right, again, this is completely over dramatized, but these are things that can actually take place when the Korean co-teacher doesn't come in the room. These are real fears. Although the chances of it happening would be pretty rare, but something like that has happened before. So what you can do with your Korean co-teacher, instead of automatically assuming that they're just being lazy or that they don't really care about your class, or it's just a break time to them, you can first find out why they didn't come to your class, and you can also show that you're interested and care about them. And also you can emphasize that it's necessary for them to be there, whether it's two kids getting in a fight, or you can't figure out how to explain something to the students, and so they're not a large portion of the class is not following along or falling asleep or doing all sorts of things that bother us as a teacher. And so in this situation, it's just better to first find out what's wrong with the teacher, if anything, and then you can emphasize that it's necessary for them to be there without being overly aggressive or assumptive. It is very important that we do not overcompensate the reactionary nature of our lizard brain by lashing out at our co-teachers. We need to find out information before we take any further action. When we do not find out information, we begin to harbor negative emotions towards our co-teachers, and it can manifest itself in uglier and in unintended ways later on, including yelling or fighting or lashing out at the teachers or even the students, or even taking, if taking it home with us, lashing out at our loved ones. These are things that you need to take care of right away. And by contacting me, you help yourself. But actually, if the school was to find out that you were contacting me, there would be a breakdown in trust. Right? And so in co-teaching, we're constantly trying to build trust. It's a relationship of trust. I trust you, you trust me, and we help each other out. In the future, I encourage each of you to begin to learn to assume your own ignorance first, but then allow that to give you courage to ask and seek the answers in an objective but firm way. Now, to be clear, I'm not advocating for any particular concept of brain evolution. I'm not a psychologist, and I'm not a neuroscientist. There are plenty of valid criticisms about this theory, or the reptilian brain, or the lizard brain, however you want to refer to it. I am using the idea of the reptilian brain as a reference to our primal desire to automatically assume that we are in danger. Call it what you want. We have a natural desire to shield ourselves from outside threats, and if we allow it, can be crippling to our development as a person and as an educator. We need our co-teachers in the same way that a child needs a mother. They advocate for us to our schools, and as such, we need to learn how to confront the fear of confrontation by learning how to ask questions first. This is a skill. Like any other, it is developed through trial and error. I hope that you will have the courage to confront your fear and talk to your co-teacher first, and find information from them first. I am not telling you not to contact me. I am happy to help you. But often they have a greater idea, a better concept of the context of the situation. They can give you better information quicker than I can. As usual, if you have anything to add or disagree with what I have to say, let me know, and do not fear, I will not attack you. Thanks again. This is Tyler. Have a great day.